Well, I think we've seen different games during the same game. First 20 minutes, I think we were maybe as clean on the ball as we wanted. We were, I think, playing too much balls inside, and that's something that they were obviously waiting for. And we couldn't maybe progress through the width as we wanted or even height. But after that, we've just adjusted a little bit our shape with three players inside, and after that, I think we just started to be closer to each other and have better possession phases. So I think we've ended the first half really good, and also the start of the second half really good. And obviously, after the red card, so the game has changed, and you need just to change the game plan, try to be as compact as possible, and yeah, try to defend as we did. And yeah, always we prepare the games not just thinking about one player. So we know how dangerous Kansas City is. Obviously, with Chawinga, they have a huge threat today without her. So obviously, it wasn't the same, but also they have other really good players, so they can attack also in a different ways without her. So we are trying just to focus on us. It doesn't matter who is playing on the opponent.
I appreciate that. Wanted to ask about the mindset after the red card. You mentioned that the team stayed compact. You made a few changes, but it still looked like you had plenty of opportunities and were creating opportunities going forward. Was that just all right, let's go ahead and still try to put pressure on this game and try to win this game no matter what?
Absolutely. That shows the mentality that the team has. We are very ambitious. We always want to win the game. It doesn't matter against who, where we are playing. And today, with our player down, it's a new situation to us. But also, I think the team has shown a really good performance mentality, helping each other, defending, the 10 players all together. And obviously, trying also to get chances, after we win the ball back. We were just dangerous also in some transitions, so we could have maybe scored one. But yeah, the most important thing I think is that the team is improving every week. We are competing against every team, and we are just building and improving every week. It's just a point, but I think it's more than 1 point, to be honest, because of what happened today.
We'll go over to Roy.
Hi, Adrian. Thank you as always for your time. I wanted to keep going on that point about after the red card. I noticed, within a few minutes, Rose and Gift still came on. I was just wondering what gave you the sense and the confidence to keep a more attacking oriented lineup even when you went down a player.
Well, we needed players just to defend and also to be able to run after, you know, we were able to win the ball back. So Monday and Rose, they have, that work. And also Monday is a player that when we win the ball back, also she's able just to help us, keeping the ball, provoking fouls. And Rose, we know how fast she is, and also in those transitions. On the left, obviously, we know that Rodriguez was always going so high, and we needed a wing there able to help, the right back. And Trin has done a great job. And after that, also with Rose, so we were able to keep defending. And yeah, so that was the reason why we were just trying to keep the shape as compact as possible, but also having chances just in case we were winning the ball back.
We'll go over to Marissa.
Hi, Adrian. Thanks for speaking with us tonight. Obviously, you guys came away with a point tonight in Kansas City. How does that feel to, come away with a clean sheet, even coming down to 10 players?
Well, right now, if I'm honest, I feel a little bit, a mix of emotions because I always want to win. The team always want to win, and it seems like we had the chance today, or we were coming here with the ambition, sorry, to get the 3 points. But after what happened, so with a player down for a long period of time, during the second half, I think we've done a great job. We need to value also the work that we've done. I think the team has shown a great performance, great effort, collective effort, all players, and that's something that we need to value. So I'm sure tomorrow we will value this point much more than now, but it is good also that we always have that mentality, and we always want to win. But also we need to recognize that it's not easy to come here to get 3 points, even though, like the game has been a little bit, difficult at the end, but we also have been able to keep a clean sheet, and that's something powerful and also difficult here.
I'm definitely proud of us. We'll take the point. Being down a player for sure, it's kind of like a victory in our heads. But yeah, a solid effort today. I think we did a good job to limit their opportunities. Everyone was committed to defending as a unit. Definitely got some help. I think a couple goal line clearances there from Tara and maybe Esme. But yeah, solid effort, and really we even had some chances to win it at the end. So overall, I think it's a positive result, but we'll definitely learn from this one. I think we were a bit frantic, especially in the beginning, and just need to settle in and learn to play against, just an intense pressing team. They really jumped every time we tried to play centrally. So a lot to learn, but we'll take the point and get out of here.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of was watching the game. It felt like the team had quite a bit of control, and especially after in the second half, and then the red card kind of changed everything. So how frustrating was it from your perspective? Because it looked like the team was building and could have gotten out of there with a win. And then, of course, the red card happens.
Yeah, we were very much in control. I thought we were playing really well. Yeah, I thought the first yellow was a bit soft. I didn't really get good eyes on the second, but yeah, it's unfortunate. But that's kind of how this league is. You gotta, be careful and yeah, I guess I don't know, not give the refs things to call, but I think we responded really well, and that's the most important part is, it's out of our control. So what can we do now? We are really quick to drop into a 4-4-1 and defend together throughout kind of some chaotic moments there at the end, and still had some great opportunities to counter, and even possessed it pretty well down to players. So ultimately, yeah, really proud of us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Andre.
We'll go over to Rowie.
Hi, Aubrey. I wanted to ask about the clean sheets. Just thinking recently, like that it's back to back. It's four, I think, since Adrián took over. Other than uh, other than the zeros on the scoreboard, what do you think it is that's contributing to, you and this back line being able to keep teams at zero?
Over the summer, we worked a lot on the foundations, I'd say, just, being committed to defending well and not just being a super fast attacking team, but just getting back to the basics and our principles, and especially defending the box. I think that was really poor for the first half of the season. A lot of silly goals off crosses, but also like maybe 5 penalties, a couple own goals. So I wouldn't say it was like this massive weakness. Like we have a really solid team front to back, but just things kind of weren't going our way and we weren't committed to defending as a unit. And so I think we kind of got back to our foundations and said, we're going to defend well, we're going to attack well. And I think we've just developed those connections a lot better, and also are keeping the ball a bit more, which helps you to defend less. But yeah, I just attribute it to a good summer of kind of getting back to the basics and like figuring out our identity and committing to being a solid defensive team.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that maybe after Angel City or Utah in the first half, having to get back to those small things, and it
Yeah.
seems like a success so far in the second
Yeah.
half.
Well,
I did want to go back though to the beginning of the match. There was a point really early on where it seemed like you got the ball and it came loose, and you were kind of able to like wade your way to it. It seemed like you were right on the edge of the box before it got booted away. What did
yeah.
that play look like to you on the field? And I guess, how much were you thinking about like the importance of keeping them off the board really early like that?
Yeah, I haven't seen it back in my head. She kind of kicks it out of my hands. I don't know if if I spill it, hopefully she kicks out of my hands. But either way, kind of lost control and it was rolling out of the box, so I couldn't really use my hands again, or it could have been, a red card. So I just had that instinct of like, I just need to kind of slide and kick this way. Very unconventional, but effective at the end of the day. So I'm sure I'll watch that back and, not think it's the prettiest thing I've ever done. But at the end of the day, it kept it out of the net. So proud of myself for being a little inventive there and bouncing back after a little bit of a mistake.
It did work. Thank you,
Main
Aubrey.
job, right? Keep it out of the net.
We'll go over to Luis and then wrap up with Marissa.
Hi, Aubrey Rodriguez here. How did your team manage to stay organized and disciplined against the choose a strong opponent?
Yeah, they have a ton of attacking talent. They're quick in transition, very dangerous, very dynamic. We just wanted to stay compact today and limit their counterattacks. So I think we did pretty well at just making sure we were close in rest defense and not letting them get off to the races. And then when we went a player down, we kind of dropped into a 4-4-1, just a more compact block and try to keep them outside. Because they're really good at jumping when teams play through the middle and then quickly accelerating the attack. So we kind of played into their hand a little bit in the beginning of the game, but once we started playing through the width a little bit more and away from their numbers, it limited their attack and their effectiveness.
I know sometimes a difficulty to talk to the decision for the referee, but you think maybe the red card affect the game plan the team I got today?
For sure, after you go down a player, you need to make a formational change. So we decided to do a 4-4-1. So we kind of had to pick our moments of when to attack then. So I think because of that, we had obviously one player less in possession and had to concede a little bit of possession there and just be smart about when we were going to go because we were defending a lot. We were tired. So we didn't want to kind of, everyone step out, go to goal, and then leave ourselves susceptible to the counter. But yeah, you have to kind of change. And at that point, we were content, I'd say, to kind of get out of here with the tie.
Yeah, overall, I'd say this is a successful performance. Obviously, you want to win always, but given the circumstances, I think we came out and did really well. Red cards never planned, but the way we responded, I thought was really good. Getting a clean sheet against Kansas City is not something that's easy, so we'll take it.
Thank you. And I wanted to ask about or talk to you specifically about your growth in this team. We've seen you for a few years here, and obviously you've been a really quality player, but it feels like recently you've really gotten into your stride, playing on the right, playing on the left. And we've heard, from a number of fans and supporters as we kind of talk through the game that you're one of the more standout players of the past few games. And so what is that growth what do you attribute your growth to within this team and being able to play multiple positions and excel at those positions?
Yeah, I think it comes with experience. The more you get to play in this league, the more confidence you build. And I think right now I'm on a good stretch of I just have good feelings on the field. I'm enjoying it. But I think like every game I start by thinking like I'm gonna work as hard as I can. And that's always how I start and I go from there.
Appreciate it. It is working. Thank you.
We'll go over to Luis.
Hi, Gabrielle Rodriguez here. What was the team mindset going into the match again to the top side, and how proud you are for the results?
Yeah, I think. Okay, sorry. I heard myself. That was weird. I think we're really proud, honestly. The mindset was, honestly, we have nothing to lose. This is a team that has a lot of points ahead. We weren't going to catch them with this game, so it's something about, you just show up and you show up as you have nothing to lose, so you can just be yourself and play at your best. And I think that's what we showed. Starting at the 20th minute, I would say. I think the first 20 were a bit rough, but after that, I think we got our stride.
And we'll wrap up with Roey.
Hi, Gabby. It seems like after the red card, you guys didn't seem to pack it in by any means. What does it say about this team that you're able to keep pushing and keep attacking even when you're down a player?
I mean, obviously, like the initial goal is always to pack it in, and by that I mean more like discipline. I think what was important at that point was defending well first, but then once you regain it and they've put so many numbers forward, there's opportunities for us to counterattack. And then like once we got in their half and we were able to keep it, that's really good for us because it allows us to rest with the ball and keep control of the game.
And then I believe this is the fourth clean sheet since Adrián took over. Just from your perspective, playing on this back line, what do you think, other than just seeing the numbers on the scoreboard, what is going into some of these defensive improvements that we've seen or the better defensive results?
Yeah, to me, I think defending has a lot to do with mindset. And I think we've really emphasized that. There's also like a pride in not allowing goals and in being solid in the defensive line, and also like just as a team defending well. And I think we've emphasized that since Adri's taken over, and it's working well for us right now.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, everyone. We will see
Thank
you
you.
from the road again next week.